Oh,
Hi, can you hear me?
yeah, yeah. Can you hear? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fantastic, man. Fantastic.
Let's get Blitz on the horn here.
What time is it over there?
It is 12:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, awesome. It's 5:30 over here.
Oh, wow. So it's drinking time.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, bro, how are you? How are you,
Ex-
Michael?
Excellent. Um, so how's things been with you guys?
Here pretty good. I mean, it's obviously we're in the same situation as the rest of the world. Um, I'm personally making the best of my time. All the guys in the band are happy and healthy. I'm talking about Overkill. Guys in BPMD are all healthy. I'm using the time personally to write some music. Oh, I don't know. Learn how to cook with my friend Mr. Menghi, who's given me some great cooking lessons and tips. Somewhere around 6 o'clock, 3 evenings a week. I made the best marinara sauce I've ever made, thanks to his help last week. So it's I think it's a period of time in my life, like many others, where you're trying to make the best of a situation, but simultaneously, let's say, reinvent yourself and learn some new things.
Yeah, it's I one of the things which I've been doing over here. I've been spending so much time with my dog, walking around, doing every single thing I possibly can. I've started cooking, using a lot more peppers.
Yeah, it's funny. Blitz is kind of like my dog, and I've been spending a lot of time with him. So,
That's because I've been known to piss on his leg, among other places. Among other places.
So you be keeping yourself busy and keep yourself safe.
Yeah, you too, man.
Yeah. So what's it been like in New York with the COVID-19?
it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible here. Um, it's a lot of I don't even know how many hundreds of thousands of cases we have in the state, and I guess Blitz could kind of be considered New York. He's in northern New Jersey, not too far from New York,
Yeah.
and that whole area, it's bad. It's still bad, and it's still still cases, people still dying every day. So it's it's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jersey has pushed 200,000 cases at this point. I'm in a much more of a remote area of New Jersey. I'm in what's called the Skylands. So it's northwest. It's closer to the Pennsylvania border.
Yeah.
You know, more country type living. I mean, I have a den of black bear on my property, so I'm not in the sidewalk and street lights type of an environment. So in my general area, it's not too bad, but 25 miles southeast of me, it's pretty intense.
Uh, it's are you on lockdown over there, or can you get out and about?
I go out on my motorcycle a couple times a week. Obviously you can shop, take rides, take walks.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not really a lot of places you can go to unless it's somewhere that's nature based. I can go
Yeah.
to the top of the mountains, for sure. I mean, I can't stop and have a beer on the way home, but I
No.
can. But I mean, it's a time that people I'm sure are reinventing themselves and rethinking what their position is or their purpose with regard to life because shit's obviously going to change after this, after we get through this. But I mean, there's no doubt we get through. It's just a matter of what the other side affords us. And I think that, my opinion, speaking as an American, this has always been a very resilient country. figures out a lot of shit. I mean, there's the crazy left and there's the crazy right, but the majority of us in the middle will make this work with regard to coming out of it with a positive step forward.
Yeah, it's over here. We because our United Kingdom is split up into 4 now. You go England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland. It's Scotland, where I'm from, Wales, and Northern Ireland. We are still on lockdown, but England, they're doing their own thing. So they're trying to come into Wales so that they can go, because it's a beautiful country, absolutely stunning. And they try to come into our country to socialise.
I've been to Hammerfest in Wales. I did that festival in Wales.
I think that's up North Wales, is it? On a holiday camp?
Yeah, it's holiday camp, right?
Yeah. I love it. I love going up to there. I was meant to have gone up there, or it's just quite a few years back now, when Ace Frehley was headlining it, but he pulled out. So it's a nice place. Nice place. So can you tell me how you became BPMD and how you formed, and what was the what got you all together?
Well, last summer, July of 2019, I was hanging out at my house. It was a beautiful summer night, and where I live on Long Island, which my house, I'm about 45 minutes outside of New York City. And I was just hanging out here at my house, summer night, and Skinnerd was on the radio, and my son said to me, "Hey, Dad, you guys should cover the song. You should play this." And that really got my brain going, because at first I was like, nah, this is not for MA or Metal Allegiance. And but as he said that, though, I started hearing drum patterns and guitar parts and harmony. I started hearing all this shit going on as the song was playing. And then at the same exact time, Blitz and I were busting each other's chops over something. And I told him I got to call him. And I called him and I told him, "Hey man, what do you think about covering some of these songs or doing this? I have this idea." And he was in, and it was literally formed within 5 minutes. Literally a 5-minute span it took for this project to be formed.
I listened to the album the other day, and it's fantastic. Some classic songs on there.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it's good fun. I mean, the record was, it was born out of excitement or, a fever for, the rock and roll from this country that, that I actually lived through. Mark was actually born in the 80s, so he had to go back and find it. So he's one of these detective, I love the old stuff kind of guys. I lived through the old stuff. Mike Portnoy knows every song on the face of the earth that was played with a drum kit that was Mike, and some others. And Phil Demmel was just enthusiastically positive about being part of this. So I mean, we had this kind of a spontaneous feeling of success, or at least challenge, that was in front of us by reimagining these songs from approximately 50 years ago.
So who came up with which songs to have been chosen, or did you just sit down all together and decide?
Well, there was rules. The first night that Mark and I talked, that July night, we started throwing ideas around, and pretty much Mark had it laid out in his head. But I might have tweaked a thing here or there. But the general outline was the 1970s, America, released then, and I think that was pretty much it. It was supposed to be written then too, but that rule was broken later on.
Yeah, the Toys in the Attic is fantastic. It's an amazing song.
And well, we all picked two. That was Mike Portnoy's choice, that and Wang Dang by Ted. I picked Evil by Cactus and Never in My Life, Mountain. Mark had Saturday Night Special, Beer Drinkers, Hellraisers. Phil Demo was Tattoo Vampire by Blue Oyster Cult and DOA Van Halen. And the other two, American Band and Walk Away, were democratically chosen.
Oh, it's fantastic songs. I love the album and all. I done a review for it the other day, but obviously I can't upload it yet. But it's one of my highlights of the year so far. It's a brilliant album.
Gracias.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah. With the current situation, has it been quite hard with the touring side of it and the promotional? Have you decided that you're going to tour for the album?
Well, we want to play shows. We always knew from day one, and even before all this COVID Corona crap hit, we were never going to traditionally tour. But we would do select shows, festivals, cruises, things like that. So, Woodstock in the UK versus Donington, any big festivals. We'll do festivals. We'll do specialty shows just because it is the four of us and the pedigree that we have and we have together. It would be awesome. But we also have other commitments outside of this. Bobby has Overkill, of course, and Mike has 5,000 other bands, and Demo with Resurrecting Violence. So we all have other things going on. So, but we definitely want to play. We're willing to play, and that was one of the premises of signing with Napalm, was that we would sign with their sister booking agency, Napalm Events. Yeah. And so we're open. We're ready. It's just a matter of when we'll be able to.
Shit, man, I'll play. I love playing. I mean, and this stuff is what I cut my teeth on when I was a kid. So I mean, I'd love to present this stuff as BPMD.
Yeah, it's have you had much problems with the promotional side of it, or is it just carrying on as normal?
It seems like it's been accepted at a pretty high level so far with regard to the promotion. There doesn't seem to be any facetious prick kind of questions. Like, well, how come you guys aren't writing original music? I think people are getting it, is what I mean. The point of it and the timing of its soon to be release during this time that we're all living in, the idea of the record was to have a highly successful reimagined record of root rock and roll, but it's coming out as a fun record. Guys who are very serious about their crafts, but the idea of this record is fun. And I think that paralleling the time that we're living in, it's kind of nice to get a dose of fun during this particular time. You take yourself too fucking seriously all the time. It's like, what's the point? You get one time around in life, do it with a smile on your face sometimes. And I think that was the point of this. And I think if that was our initial point of this, I think so far with regard to the promotion, that's been picked up.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's a fantastic album and all that. But one of the things with this COVID-19 situation, I switched my TV off, and all I do from the moment I get up, I put on vinyl. That is it. I just sit there, listen to my vinyl, take my dog for a big walk, come back, listen to more vinyl. I just think
that's
music.
What I'm saying, man.
Pardon?
That's what I'm saying. I do the same thing, but instead of taking my dog for a walk, I take Blitz, aka my other dog, for an emotional walk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it again. Shut the fuck up, you low-level tree climber. and go make Michael and I a sandwich.
Like you, I'm a vinyl purist. I actually just released a video for Napalm. It's on the Napalm YouTube channel of a vinyl walkthrough for some of the things in my collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big vinyl guy.
It's what I've said to myself every fortnight. I am buying 1 to 2 new vinyls, and since I've been doing this, my taste in music has gone from Behemoth all the way down to something like Massive Wagons. 2 totally different directions, but the music is amazing, and I just love vinyl. You can't get better than a dirty sound on a record player.
Agreed.
So, can you tell me a bit about how long it took for you to record? Did you do it live, or did you do it from your own areas?
We got together, pretty soon thereafter the conception of the idea. I would say within a month or less, we were at Mike Portnoy's house out in Pennsylvania. And we had rehearsed them, obviously, on our own and went over them. So we were walking in kind of, prepared, yet blind to what the outcome was going to be. But it seemed that the chemistry took right away. So I don't know who. I think Mike was like, I'm all over this stuff. Let's run tape. So the first day, the drum tracks were recorded, much like a record from the 70s would have been recorded. Not like, oh, we have a month to do this. Let's make this happen. Let's get a feel. And we all knew we had that feel. So having those 10 drum tracks done in a 10-hour period was the ultimate foundation for the results we were looking for. And from that point on, it went to each of us as individuals. And it was built more like a house from that point on. After the foundation, Mark put up the walls, and Phil did the interior, and I put the roof on. So it was kind of a cool, let's say, a cool circumstance to start the record. To not say, oh, I could do that drum track better. It was done with feel. It was done with feel, and it was done with spontaneity. And I think that comes through in the final result.
Excellent. No, it's I can't wait. Hopefully, it'll be on. Is it coming out on vinyl?
Oh yeah.
That will be my that'll be my birthday treat. I'll be buying that on vinyl for myself.
Yeah, there's two variants. There's a normal black, and there's a red, white, and blue. So it's a white vinyl with red and blue splatter.
You can't go wrong with that. I love colored vinyl.
No.
I at the moment I'm collecting all my Kiss colored vinyls. So every time they put something new out, I'm buying it. I much prefer to have colored. So with I know you mentioned about people asking about original material, but is this something which you've contemplated maybe sometime in the future, or do you think you'll be doing another covers album?
Well, we plan on doing more records. The concept, at least how we kind of put it together in our heads, was there's many different regions throughout the world that we're big fans of, and it would have been very easy for this group of 4 individuals to pick Sabbath tunes and Maiden and Scorpions and Accept and Priest, and that's kind of, it would be expected of us to do that. So we did the unexpected and did American 70s. However, we do have a plan to do maybe a Made in the UK 70s. Maybe we cover the world, Germany, Europe as a whole. Who knows? Anything's liable with this group, but there is plans for more stuff.
that's the one thing about it. There's so many great artists. You've got the Doors, you've got the Who, you've got the Stones and all them. It's so much from that era which can be covered. It's unbelievable. Is that something you might think of?
I totally agree with you. I mean, I do think that when you look at what we did with this record, and this is not disrespectful, but we didn't pick Kiss. We didn't pick the hottest band in the land. You know, when we jumped into some of the cuts, Mountain from Long Island. I mean, just a powerhouse trio, and not the cut that made them a household name at one point, but a deeper cut. I think that's kind of the fun stuff. Beer Drinkers, a deeper cut. DOA from Van Halen, a deeper cut. Yeah. So the idea, in my opinion, would be, listen, if you're going to do the UK, I mean, you got to get Status Quo in, so like something like so, because that's a band that has, where more than the majority of their material is top-notch material. The band still exists to this day. The impact they had on rock and roll is huge, and rock and roll is that chain from 2020 back into the 1950s. But so every link on that chain, every fucking link, brings you to the present day. And some bands and some deeper cuts are some of the better cuts and better bands that have not been heard on the widest of scales, but have been for surely appreciated by people in the chain, like Mark, myself, and yourself.
Yeah. I saw Status Quo a couple of years back, and blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. They had REO Speedwagon supporting them, and they were great. But Status Quo it was just pure rock and roll from start to finish, and best thing I've ever seen, to be honest. So anyway, finally, what plans have you got for your own projects after this?
Well, right now I'm using the time. I don't know whether to reinvent myself as a better cook or be able to have some extra time to work on the Overkill material. We're approximately 10 songs deep as of yesterday. They're simply demoed with guitar, bass, and finger drums at this point, and we're starting to spread that out into all the other members. So these songs will morph into entirely different feels by the time we release it. But we're on a schedule right now to be delivering this record somewhere around the Christmas holidays and looking for the 2021 release. So that's what's happening over in the Blitz household.
Oh, brilliant. Will that be touring then once this lockdown business is over?
We've plugged in tour dates already. We have holds on stuff for the U.S. In spring of 2021, Europe in October 2021. Hopefully the festival season that we were going to do this summer will be moved over directly to 2021. So we're looking at hopefully a full year from approximately May through, again, the Christmas holidays in 2021.
Hopefully I'll be seeing you in the UK again next year. I can't wait. To be brilliant. What about yourself, Mark?
Yeah, I've been writing. Alex Skolnick and I have been trading riffs and demos and whatnot back and forth, and we're gearing up to we're just writing right now, and where that takes us, we'll see.
Oh, brilliant. Well, thank you for this. This has been absolutely amazing. I've had such a great day, and this has topped it off.
Awesome.
Thanks, Michael.
All right. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you in the UK soon.
And don't forget to keep walking your dog when this pandemic's over.
I'll be chopping these up very shortly, my peppers.
All right, bro.
All right, take care. Thank you.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
man. Thanks. Cheers.
Bye.